Folks, let's talk about something else. Now, a lot of you are probably quite well aware of it. A lot of people, they're not. I always just broke it down to like 80 million baby boomers. There's like 78 million. I just broke it just to make it easy. Anyways, we're at the halfway mark, maybe a little bit more than that yet. Maybe so. We might have 20, 21 million, 22 million retirees out there, and but we still have you know some 19 million, 18 million, something to go yet. Baby boomers retiring, taking out of the system, not putting into the system. We've got a lot of jobs out there that need to be fulfilled, and they're not being fulfilled because we don't have the workforce. See, the thing of it is what I'm getting at is you're going to need migrant workers, but you're going to need people that want to assimilate to our culture, not bring their culture in. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. See, and this is what the problem is. The immigrants in Ellis Island and that type of stuff, they wanted to speak English. The children in that didn't speak English. Grandma or somebody smacked them in the head and said, "You speak English." When the American flag went up, you stood there at attention and saluted the flag and said the my mouth. You said the allegiance to the flag and so on and so forth. See, today they don't want that. They want to bring their culture up here, and when they bring their culture up here, they bring their problems along with it. Say, their values are not the same as ours, and that will destroy your culture. The Declaration of Independence doesn't mean anything to them. It means everything to you. And that's where I'm going with this. They don't have the same values as we do. I always equate it to you can take a pig out of the pig pen, but you can't take the pig pen out of the pig. And I don't have to go into any detail on that. I think that's pretty much, you can figure it out. And that's basically what I'm saying. So, it's one of those ordeals where you're going to need people from Canada, Mexico, other places around the world, India, and so on and so forth, to come in and take some jobs. But the problem is this. You're going to have AI coming out. I mean, it's out, but it's not out like full force out. They're just kind of like, they're just AI. They're just kind of like tinkering with it. It's in its early stages. It's a baby. It's an infant. It's not even a cold baby yet. It's just like it is in infancy yet. Once they get the quantum computer figured out and all that stuff figured out, and get the power plants built to power everything and so on and so forth, then watch out. But I say watch out on a couple, two, three fronts. One of them being is you're not going to have people working to pay into Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, all these benefits that all these people are wanting are not going to get paid into. Machine doesn't pay taxes. Machine doesn't get sick. Machine doesn't do all these things, you see. So there's going to be a big, huge revenue loss here for the government. And look what we're already at as far as our deficit goes. We're at $1 trillion every few months because we just can't even pay the interest on it. The other thing is this: you've got AI, which was going to go out and and do a lot of calculations, figure a lot of things out. And the only reason a lot of your great civilizations, like let's say just Rome for instance, the only reason it took so long to fail because their science was slow to adapt. They were slow to adapt to things. With AI, hell, it might be able to double what we know every day. I mean, it's never gonna sleep. It's have access to everything that was ever written in a subject from the very beginning to today. Even it maybe stuff, it'll figure stuff out. And all I'm saying with that is that ramps up what's going to happen to your civilization. It just speeds up the demise of your civilization because of it taking off and doing so well. Not for mankind, but for whoever's running it. And that's a problem. There could be a lot of people without jobs because of AI. So all these people you're bringing into the country in the infancy stage till you get things set right, well, eventually they're going to be out of jobs too. And what do you tell them? Get the hell out? Probably at that time we'll have a revolt. Because these people will be established in this system, established in a culture, so on and so forth. You see, these people don't believe in God and the Bible and prophecy. Because if you read the Bible, it tells you what's going to happen. I mean, a third of mankind will be dead right off the bat. I mean, you're going to be sicknesses, people dying, and I mean, it's going to be famines, and it tells you these things. It tells you how many millions and millions, hundreds of millions are going to die. It tells you Babylon will be destroyed. It tells you rich and poor, bond and slave will have to take a mark to buy or sell. It tells you all this. But these people aren't looking at this because they're greedy. They're going to expect a machine, partially, to come up with the solutions and the answers for them. The machine is your demise. The digital currency is your demise. See, whoever the president of the United States is at the time can go to whoever the Treasury Secretary at the time and say, listen, to keep the country afloat and to keep it from going bankrupt so we can honor our debt and whatever else throughout the world, I want you to raise gold to whatever. They could raise to 50,000 an ounce, 100,000 an ounce, 1 million an ounce. It just depends whatever they want to do with it. And the rest of the world could do the same, follow suit. Well, then all of a sudden, this paper currency sitting over here, it's all pretty much gone. The problem's almost solved because now you'll have all this gold sitting here that just took the place of that. Now the country's not belly up; it's got more in reserve than you ever thought about taking out because gold prices are so high. If that makes sense to you. But the problem is maybe a two-tiered system where they are allowed to have the gold, but you're not. Say. So just because I said that, don't go out and buy a bunch of gold. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't, and I'm not telling you should. All I'm saying is hedge your bets. There's going to be a time in between here where you'll be able to sell some silver, sell some gold, and you'll be okay. And then they'll just shut it off. You won't be able to buy or sell the digital currency. So, the mark. So people, what's coming upon you is as a thief in the night. And a lot of people think, oh, they got it all figured out. You don't know. You don't have anything figured out. You have a plan, which is better than nothing. Problem with that is if you have pestilences, diseases, and so on and so forth, it could be airborne, you don't know. Tiniest little thing, you can't even see. Can't hardly see it in a microscope. Could put you flat on your back and kill you. What's all your preps doing you? I'm not saying don't prep. I'm just saying think about it. And let's say the kill rate on something like that's 60% or 50. Let's say it's even 30%. That's pretty high. There's a lot of things that people aren't considering here. But it all comes from God, see? It comes from God. You're not smarter than God. No one. Elon Musk is not smarter than God, okay? I like Elon. I think he's a funny guy. I mean, he's got a good sense of humor. I think Donald Trump's got a good sense of humor. I think he's got quite a few people that are good men and women there. They got a good head on their shoulders. And if people are willing to try to do the best they can in a positive manner for this country, why would you stand in their way? Let them try to do their job. And that's the problem I have with, I don't care if it's a Republican or Democrat or whatever, you're standing in the way of some of these people getting nominated. Well, you're in the way of our country. You're in the way of progress. You're in the way of everything. You are the problem. Let them try to see what they can do. We tried it their way. Well, we try this way. Might work, might not, but sure as hell beats what the hell's been going on. Doing the same old, same old. You know what that is? Keep doing the same thing over and over and get the same results. That's called insanity. So, all I'm getting at, people, is there's a lot of problems coming up to the surface. Once AI takes over, then it's just gonna just pole vault. Just keep, man, boom, boom, boom. I mean, and our society at that point is, like I said, it can't handle that. People can't handle that. See, people, there's people. They've been this way since the beginning of time. Might be a little smarter, maybe. I'm not sure about that. But technology's different. People have to wrap their head around it and work with it. And sometimes you have to unplug it. The technology, you got to unplug it so man can catch up. It's like the narrow chip. You want to compete with AI? You got to take a narrow chip just to compete. Else you're not going to have a job. Elon's already told you that. So, folks, these people can tell you anything they want to tell you. You already know the outcome. So what the hell's it matter? I'm not saying go dig a hole and crawl into it because the world's over. No. I'm saying live your life. Go live it. Live it to its fullest. If you're the worst singer in the world, but you like singing, sing till your heart's content. If you like to bake and you're the worst baker in the world, bake till your heart's content. If you enjoy it, do it. If it's a passion you have and you're like, man, I love doing this, but you're terrible at it, I don't care, do it. It makes you happy, do it. And then in all things too is keep God's commandments. Keep God at the forefront of it all. God's here. He's at the top. He's the pecking order, man. Everything comes down from there. He is it. Honor him. Thank him. And raise his children as such also. Raise his children to honor him and teach him the commandments and the things in the Bible and that. So hopefully when reckoning or anything comes down, this and that, those children go to heaven. I believe most children go to heaven anyways because they don't have the capacity to understand all this yet. So they just get a free pass. It's kind of like somebody's got Alzheimer's and their brain's all scrambled. God doesn't hold that against him. He's like, man, you didn't know. So, our God is not a cruel God. He's an understanding and merciful God. So, there's a lot of work to be done out there. A lot. Ain't time to be sitting around on your butt. Now is not the time. Hopefully you got a friend in the White House. Doesn't mean everything's going to be rosy and everything's going to be great and wonderful. It becomes great and wonderful when the American people get involved and they stand behind you. And the rest of those that want to cause problems in this, they'll learn to be quiet and just sit off to the side and say their snide little remarks and tell you how it's not going to work and this and that stuff, okay? And if it works, well, then they eat their own words, don't they? But instead of sitting off the sidelines doing their bullshit, they could get up and help too. But they're not that smart. Build your communities while you can. Community, people, that's where it's at. Community. You don't have to be the greatest at everything as long as you got other people that are very competent and can do it also. I mean, if you have to dig up the backyard, the front lawn, and the side lawns and everything to plant food and to have some livestock and hell, somebody's got a fenced-in yard, that's nice. Of course, cities will tell you can't do this, can't do that. We'll throw their asses out and put people in that say you can do this. Like I said, don't be afraid to write criminal charges on them. This is your country. God created it. He created it for you, not them. You. It's all the signs that comes down to you. So, folks, like I keep saying, you should keep praying for your adversaries and forgive if you can, but you need to. I don't know how that is too. It's hard. If it was easy, anybody could do it. So just remember that. And like I said, exercise a little bit. Get up and uh, do some stupid push-ups. I mean, if you can do one or two, that's enough. Don't overdo her. And when you start doing extra, don't do a lot because you'll be so damn sore the next day. You'll be like, "Oh, that dumbass told me to do exercise. I can't move today." Don't. Take it easy. Do a few. See what tomorrow brings. If you're a little sore, good. Give yourself maybe a break until the soreness wears off a little, and then do a few more until the soreness isn't there like it was, and now you can start to really exercise. You know, you can take a chair. Well, not one like this that rolls around. Wait, knock your teeth out on it. But you know, you get a chair and do some dips. You know, even just sitting down on the chair, getting up, sitting down on the chair, standing up, getting down on the chair, standing up. It's some people have a hard time doing like a squat, and this is good because they can sit down. They don't have to worry about landing on the floor and trying to get off the floor. They can just sit down and help build the legs up again, the joints. I guarantee you, if you look online, the type of exercises you can do just around your home with things you have at home without buying a bunch of equipment or this or that will amaze you. And we're not talking about, you know, you want to be a triathlon or something like that or run a marathon. Hey, if you can, that's awesome, man. More power to you. And if there's somebody out there listening and a year from now they're out there running a marathon, my God, I want to hear about it. I want to watch. I want to cheer you on. That'd be awesome. I don't care if you win or not, as long as you participate. The people that lose are the ones that don't participate. They're the losers. That's right. They're the losers. As long as you're in the arena, you're a winner. You're a winner. You're trying. More than I can say for most. And God likes that. God likes that guy or that gal in there going, yeah, preaching his word, doing his will. Yeah. So folks, y'all take care and keep praying for your government. Man, maybe they'll come around. I sure hope so. Pray for your leaders. Because what's sad about the whole situation is even these other countries in China and North Korea and places like that, these people starve. They don't have enough food to eat. I mean, that happens in this old country, which is there's no excuse for it, but it happens. I mean, people don't have shelter. There's no excuse for it. But you need to pray for these other countries too. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care anything about your religion, your sexual preferences. None of that. It doesn't matter. No one should starve. Everyone should have a shelter. Everyone should have clean drinking water, sanitation, and stuff. I mean, everyone should have a basics in life. Period. And when a country keeps you down like they're keeping you down, pray to God to have Him throw the yokes off and find their way. I could ramble on and on and on. You folks, y'all take care now.